Hi, my name is Mary Hurst. I'm going to be giving you a brief training on how to measure heights and weights of preschool age children. The first thing I want to show you is you will be using this form. The top part of the form describes the child. There will be information already filled in, but I will need you to fill in your name and the date that you are measuring the child. You'll see here that there are directions. There are some places to record height. There's some more directions, and there's some places to record weight. We're asking you to measure the child, their height twice. If their height is within a 0.5 millimeter difference, then you can average the two of them and put the average here. If it is greater than 0.5 millimeters, then you need to measure a third time and then average the two that are closest. The same thing is true for weight. We're asking that you measure the child twice. If the number is within 0.5 kilogram difference, then you average the two and you put the average here. If they are not within 0.5 kilograms, then we ask that you measure the child a third time and then average the two that are closest and put that number here. So we're going to demonstrate with my lovely assistant here. The first thing that you need to do is to ask the child to take off their shoes. And you ask the child to step back into the, this is called the stadiometer, step back into the stadiometer. What I usually end up doing with kids is I end up being crouched down and I push their heels all the way back against this back part. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the line between their ear and their chin is a straight line that is parallel to the ground, so that they're looking straight ahead. And then you say, okay, hold still, and then you slide down this device here until it's pressed firmly on their head. You probably want to come over. Here is where you do the measurement. You actually record whatever is between these two red lines. So in this case, I would call this 144.5 centimeters. You release it, you say, please step out. Okay, now we're going to step back in. Make sure their heels are back. They're looking straight ahead. Slide it down. This time I would say it's 144.6, which is slightly different than 144.5. 144.5 and 145.6 are within 5 millimeters of each other, and so I would just take the average. So I'd write 145.5, 144.5, 145.6, and then I would take the average and I would write the average here. Then we have one more thing about hair. Fanny has a braid, but I can compress it to get to her actual height. If she had a ponytail or something else on top of her head, you may have to either remove the ponytail or move whatever was blocking this to get down to the actual top of the head as opposed to the top of the hair decoration. So then you come over to the scale. The scale automatically shuts off, so you put a little bit of pressure on the scale and it will turn on. It should say 0.0 kilograms. We measure in kilograms. Then you make sure the child doesn't have, rocks in their pockets and hanging onto toys and take off their jacket and all that. So you just want them in light clothing, and then you ask them to step up on the scale. Oops, hold on, it shut off. Okay, step up on the scale. I write down how many kilograms. Say, okay, step off. We wait for it to get back to 0, and then we have the child step back on again. And we write the number here. What I found with these scales is that the two numbers are almost always identical. I haven't had any issues with the scale not measuring the same way between the two measurements. And then on the third and the average, you just average those two numbers and you fill it in here. And that is how you measure height and weight in preschool age children. Thank you.